Every time a guitarist picks up his instrument or a pianist sits down behind the keyboard, they're training their ears, not only to hear rhythms, but to hear melody and harmony. And it's no mystery that drummers are deficit when it comes to tonality. The question is, what do we do about it? My objective is to convince drummers that it's worth the investment of time and energy to become tone-wise. Look, we're in an era of choice where diversification is the order of the day. It's all about skills. The more you have, the more apt you are to succeed. Being a drummer is cool, but being more than that's cooler. When I hear drummers say, I'm a rhythm expert, I'm a rhythmatist, you know, I don't need to know about melodies and harmony. Oh man, missing the boat. Want some examples? Legendary Jack DeJohnette plays piano. Marco Minimum plays guitar. Vinnie Colaiuta writes his own stuff. Terry Bozzio. Phil Collins, talk about diversification. Then there are the instrumentalists that play drums as a secondary instrument, like the famous Chick Corea keyboardist. Paul McCartney, oh forget it. He does everything. Being tone deaf is like washing your car and not doing the windows and the wheels. Come on, man, it's time to get the job done. I started, well, producing drum videos in the 80s. We invented the drum tuning video, and at that time, for all the positive responses we received from drummers, they continue to complain that they still can't tune their drums. And I am dead certain now that tonal relationships and pitch recognition are the obstacles. So think about it. We're able to memorize, internalize, call upon at will, complex rhythms, four-way coordination, song form memorization, physical contortionism, but we're not able to memorize 4 intervals. Count them, 4. Do ba do dee do da do dee. Thirds, fourths, and fifths. It's what we tune our drums to. It's called tonality. They're the fundamental building blocks of musical tone, and the funny thing about it is that most of us were exposed to this by 3rd grade. Remember the song flutes? All those corny songs and scales? We just forgot about it because it didn't apply at the time. So I've come up with this technique I call tonal tuning. And here are the benefits. Strengthens your connection to the drum set, richens that. That, in turn, impacts your audience in a positive way. There's the whole science behind it I'm going to talk about. And if for no other reason, it's just great ear training. Singing is natural. It's convenient. You can practice anytime, anywhere. And I got to admit, I'm not especially talented at this, but I've always been willing to work hard at it because I intuitively knew that it is worth it. And if I can do it, you can do it. So let's go on now to Sing Part 2 Lessons. Next to singing, I suggest playing a secondary instrument like piano or guitar. You know, piano's more visual, it's easy to learn, but guitar is very convenient, it's mobile. You want to put some serious thought into this before investing your time into it. Combine that with singing, man, that is the boogie. Now hear this. A. Let's identify a pitch in a drum, okay? Strike the drum, not with a drumstick, because the drumstick will create multiple pitches. Use the tip of your finger and tap it very lightly and sing as quickly as you can. Ba, ba. Now that's what I hear. But how do I know that note is right? And not only that, how do I know what note it is? Okay, you need a fixed pitch instrument, you know, at your disposal, like a keyboard. Guitar can't depend on it. It could be out of tune. So I use a guitar tuner because it's nice to have around the drum set. This is my Planet Waves. It's my favorite. It's got 3 or 4 octaves of notes on here. I hit the drum, match the pitch, and it'll check my accuracy. Ba. There's an A. Ba. Da. That note is a D in that drum. Okay, let's go to intervals. The distance between 2 notes, intervals. You want to memorize 4 basic intervals: thirds, fourths, fifths, and octaves. And here's how I did it. I used melodies from familiar tunes that I know really well. I mean, they could be corny tunes, but as long as they're embedded in your mind, it works. Halls of Montezuma. Everybody knows Halls of Montezuma. Ba, ba, ba. That's the root, third, fifth. Ba, 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 and octave. For fourths, I used the Wedding March. Boo da da da. I can sing it in any key. Do da da da. All right. Minor thirds. I used green sleeves. Boo be da da ba da da. That's the minor third. You got the idea. You know, just pick tunes that you're really familiar with. Now, it's proven At certain intervals in chords, they stir emotions, they evoke feelings. For example, major and minor thirds. The Halls of Montezuma, pa-pa-pa-pa, exuberant, powerful, inspirational. Greensleeves, boo-ba-doo-dee. Melancholy, makes you feel sad. It changes your facial expression even. It's powerful, powerful stuff. And this is why I believe in, in creating a tonal drum sound. It's effective, and intuitively, people are drawn to it. You know, many people say to me, Gatzen, your drums sound great. And I say, no, my drums just sound musical. Tonal tuning takes the drum set to another level, supports the music, and for nothing else, it's great ear training. So let's move on to Sing Part 3 demo.